I started out early and as a teenager drinking alcohol with the rest of the kids and stuff in high school and kind of casual, casual acquaintance with alcohol all the way up until the time I went into the military. And it was so, police would pull you over and make you pour the alcohol out. So I never really thought of it as a serious drug. And then I went into the military, and after I came home from there, I came home with drug and alcohol addiction. So I've been basically in active addiction my entire adult life. I worked all the time, but I mean, even if I wasn't at work, I would wake up in the morning, the very first thing I would have to do was choose what drug I was going to do, if I was going to do a drug or if I was going to drink. Usually if I was going to have to drive a truck or go work all day, I would take a drug in the morning because I didn't want to be drinking and driving a big truck. And then in the afternoon I would drink alcohol. I would start the morning off with a drug, in the afternoon with alcohol. And it was basically a routine of that on a daily basis. There was very few days in my life, and all my entire life, very few days where I was actually comfortable in my own skin, where I didn't have to do anything to change my reality. I can't really put my finger on why that was, you know. I know that in the early 70s, my son was taken away from me because me and my wife were using drugs, and he was taken away and put in foster care and adopted out because I was unable to change my lifestyle and accept it. So then right away I had an excuse to be drinking or drugging all the time. You know, they took my kid away so I could have, you know, I was mad. In the early 90s, I had to do like a year in the work release program it was for drug possession and marijuana. And I did that year of it, and I couldn't drink or drug during that year, and I thought, you know, I'm pretty much healed. I'm cured or whatever, you know. And within a year or so, I was right back in the same situation again, drinking and drugging. Alcohol's always been pretty much my primary drug, you know. When I didn't have, I always had alcohol, but there's times that I did drugs that I could drink more alcohol at that time or whatever, but it was always in my life. And then I come up and I got some DWIs, and
I was on patrol. Had the privilege of having a traffic stop with Mr. Strunk. Marvin was intoxicated and very unpleasant and not happy to see me. Marvin was arrested and taken to jail and sent through the court system.
I was going to go to prison. I figured for sure, you know, because that was my fourth DWI here in Lincoln County, and they offered me this drug court program. And I didn't really know what it was about, you know, but I didn't want to go to prison. So I figured, well, I'll take this drug court thing. And I mean, I remembered back in the 90s when I did that work release, I just did everything they said to do, it'd go. I'd get through with it. So I came into the drug court with that same attitude. I was going to do everything that they wanted me to do. And then when I got done with the drug court thing, I'd say, hey, going back and doing what I'm doing in life. And I'll do whatever I want, you know. When I was going through drug court, I said, you know what? They took my driver's license for 10 years. Here I am. I've got to be here. I got to be there. I got to go here. I got to be available for a urine drop on a daily basis, whatever. I got all these, man, they got so many things for me to do. They made this where nobody can do it. It was a setup. They're trying to make sure I fail because there ain't nobody can do all this, especially with no driver's license. But you know what? I found out it's amazing. Everybody works as a team in there and the thing. I never had to worry about getting a ride at meetings or getting a ride to the court. People went out of their way to help me. And I mean, people that weren't even in the drug court, just total people that I met at self-help meetings and stuff like that. They went out of their way to make sure that I had whatever I needed to do. So you know what? With just a little bit of effort, I found out that I could do this. And I started doing this stuff, and first thing you know, it got easier. It got a lot easier. And I realized when I got into the drug court thing, and they came out with this treatment, and they come out with the self-help meetings, and all the different things that they had me do, All those things put together allowed me to focus on what was going on in my life and what really needed to be changed, and it did help me change my attitude and change the way I thought about things. Some of the other people that had went through the graduated ahead of me, I knew them on the streets before they got into it too. And that makes a difference too. When you go in there and you know, I mean, I partied with some of these people really hard, and I've seen it change their life. And I said, you know what? They look like they're still happy. And then I got in there, and you know, I found out that it's not a fake happiness. I am truly happy on a daily basis. And you know what? I do not have to do anything to change my reality. It made my life different. Believe me, I am totally different. I feel different about everything every day of my life. I get treated differently in society. It's amazing the difference. I never knew this was here, and that I had no clue. And I owe it all to the drug court for actually putting that in perspective like that. I think it's a wonderful program. I wake up happy in the morning. I go out and check my computer for any emails. Then I go out in my yard. I got a storage units and stuff. I go around the yard and maybe I'll grade the driveway around, or I sell some cars every once in a while. I'll go out and look at my convertible that I wish I could drive. I got a '63 Bonneville convertible I'm so proud of. Our alumni group and the foundation, we adopted 2 sections of highway, the Highway 61 and Highway 47, and go figure, Highway 47 one is right in front of my house. So, I don't need a ride to go pick up that one, but that's great. It's a program I'm looking forward to. I started taking the meetings into the Lincoln County Jail on Tuesday nights, and I figured, you know, it might help, and there was a lot of times that I was in jail that I probably would have went to a meeting, but there wasn't available at the time, and I would have done it just to get out of the cell. And there's a lot of people that come to my meetings just to get out of the cell, but after 2.5 years, I've been going there on every Tuesday night for 2.5 years, and I got a couple other people to go there with me. But there's one person in particular that I see at meetings all the time that said, you know, Marvin, it's because of the meeting at the jail that I've seen what it's done to you in your life, that it inspired me to get into meetings and to do this thing. And that really made me feel good. I wished I'd have got into drug court back in the 70s. You know, but they didn't have something like that then. But I mean, you know, I guarantee you this is the drug court thing has been the best thing that ever happened to me personally. Because it actually allowed me to see. You know, and I can see, it's funny, I can see in a lot of instances that parts of my life that would have been totally different for everybody around me had I been doing this years back, you know. I can't change the past, but I can definitely keep the future a little different. So.
May of 2008, Marvin successfully graduated drug court. During his graduation, I was presented with a plaque from Marvin for saving his life. The plaque hangs in my cubicle every day I see it. I was privileged enough that he completed the course, and that evening turned out successful for both of us.
I wish you could see me now. I wish I could show you how